Tell me how you met Tracy Morgan, because I think he's one of the funniest comics that is running, and you're opening for his shows. You know, how did that come about? How'd you meet him?
When I was in D.C., I was telling jokes, and when I was in D.C., I met Mike Epps, and Mike told me, we were talking, and he was like, you know, D.C., he's like, I think you have great potential and great opportunity, but you have to leave D.C. D.C. is too small for what you're trying to do. You know, what I think you would be able to do. And New York is a better market for comedy. So I moved to New York, and I was in New York, and I met Tracy, and we just kind of hit it off, and we were friends ever since then. And you know, at this time, when I met Tracy, he was hustle man on Martin and that kind of thing. So I was like, oh, I'm hanging with the big time. We hit it off, and we've been friends ever since.
You guys kind of have like a kindred thing happening. Sometimes I hear his voice and your voice and vice versa.
Yeah,
I'm like, you've been around each other that long.
For many years, because I lived in New York for many years, so we've been around each other for quite some time.
Well, I'm sure you're proud of his success.
Oh, definitely.
And I'm sure he's proud of yours.
Crazy. That's my boy.
Crazy.
He crazy, kid. Yo, I don't know why they coming at me like that. So, yo, I'm trying to ask him a question. He gonna pop all off. What you popping off like that for, Z? That's why a guy like Tracy calmed down. I was calm until he walked over here. I mean, I'm having a cocktail. You know, that's way before his kidney issues.
This is when the bump on the head happened down the stairs.
Yeah, that part. That's what I'm trying to tell you, kid. But you know, he doesn't drink anymore though. But that was back in before his kidney issues and everything.
I love it so much. Speaking of you being really tight with, Tracy, who are some of your comedic influences? You draw from some of the legends like Red Fox.
I do, and I like Pryor. All those. I like the Pryor, Richard Pryor, Red Fox. But really, when I was growing up and I would look at comedy, it was really Marsha Warfield for me. She had it. Yeah, nobody talks about Marsha that much.
Nobody talks about Marsha.
They don't. But I remember.
Was it Night Court or something?
Night Court. Marsha was on Night Court, and I used to. She came on this stand-up show, and it was late, and I shouldn't have been watching it or something. But she was so direct and straight to the point, and I was a child, but I still understood. I was very young, and she was just funny to me. I liked her on Night Court.
Straight shot.
Yeah, and she was just funny to me. So I really it's kind of like Marsha Warfield for me.
So she's a trailblazer, a comedian, a woman. And by the time you got into the business, did you run into challenges being female when it's such a male-dominated? Is it?
I don't think that ever changed.
A male-dominated environment?
It's just difficult for us, period. Wow. But I mean, it's the nature of the game we in, and you just got to roll with the punches. But I think that if you have the goods and you're good at it, it's going to be difficult, but I think you'll be all right.
Right.
So but it's just difficult. I'm sure you feel the same way. It's a little rough, and I think it's even more rough because it's harder on us, and I'm sitting here with this dude, and he whack. You know what I mean? Yeah. Exactly. You sitting here saying, okay, you want me to climb up a concrete wall barehanded.
Right.
But you loving on him, he's whack. But, okay, if I have to work a little hard, I'll do that. I'll do that kind of thing. And then I got a lot of good advice along the way from people like Monique and Cheryl Underwood. Those kind of people along the way, they drop jewels on me and things like that to help me understand better. So.
Well, it is paid off for you, obviously.
It's working. I'm blessed. I can't complain.
That's right. You and I met through the Tom Joyner Morning Show, which you're a weekly staple on a nationally syndicated radio show. How in the hell did you hook that up?
That's a blessing now. That was just a great thing. And it's been a great thing.
And you're such an amazing attribute to the show as well. You and J. Anthony Brown.
That's my voice.
I think I have to pee every morning. It's ridiculous.
Thank you, Kiri. But I had went on the cruise before, and people always say, well, how did you get on the show? And
Tom Joyner has annual
Cruise, A Fantastic Voyage, yes.
Where tons of fans come as well as artists and comedians. He just
and it supports HBCUs. It's a fundraiser. It's really a fundraiser.
For HBCUs,
historically black colleges and universities. Yeah.
Yes, and so it's for a good cause. He calls it Party with a Purpose.
Yes.
And so he brings all this entertainment into one place. So that's what she's referring to.
That's what I refer to. I'm sorry. So I had done that even before I was on the show, and then I would call in, and Tom Joyner also does a doctor's day for people to go to the doctor.
Oh,
yeah, to go to the doctor regular. So I would call in and I would talk about Doctor's Day. So I just felt like over the years, and I did some.
No, wait. The reason this is hilarious is because I'm familiar with some of her commentary, and it's just like, it's Doctor's Day, right? So you're looking for medical advice. Now, Dominique, her commentary is like, if that bump on your back is leaking something.
Yeah, what are you doing? Why aren't you going to the doctor?
It's just all these jokes wrapped around into your, the moral of going to get yourself checked out. And so it's just hilarious.
That was in fact every day. But you do. You have to go to the doctor. So he does it. But we over the years, and then he had some fundraisers at some colleges, at some HBCUs, and he had comedy shows, so I did those comedy shows. So we over the years, we built a relationship, and we connected, and they were always very good to me as they are now, and we built a good rapport. And then when there was an opening, he called, and they called, and we kind of worked it out. Yeah, I am too.
It's wonderful.
And he called, and we kind of worked it out. And I guess you could say the rest is history.
You know what? We're going to take a break and come back and talk a little bit more about your journey. There's a lot going on politically that I think laughter could heal, in my opinion. I want to talk a little bit about your approach to that and censorship and all of that stuff that maybe are some subjects that comedians can't stand to talk about. I'm going to go right there with you, Dominique.
Okay.
You're listening to The Satin Lounge with